A list of sensitive subject matter has been included in the episode description. We hear a knock on the door of a genteel yet unassuming office. The man behind the desk glances up from his papers, slips off his half-moon spectacles, and replies, "Come." The door opens, and Bonathan Ramshackle slips mustache first into the little room.
My apologies, Mr. DeVue. It would appear your secretary's gone home for the evening, but I saw the lamplight beneath your door, thought you might be in.
Mr. DeVue stands, tall and thin and shaven clean, apparently middle-aged, the kind of man you might expect to give a rousing speech from the back of a train at any moment. "Not at all, Mr. Ramshackle. As you could see, I was indeed burning the midnight oil, but I always make time for my friends. Have you eaten? There's a little place just a few rungs down that makes a devilishly good pad see ew. I'm sure they wouldn't mind rounding us up a couple of plates." His words come at a congenial rush of handshakes and the offering of a soft and ancient chair.
No, thank you, Mr. DeVue. I would not impose on that much of your time. I simply wanted to...
"Cigar?" DeVue interrupts, handing a cut and lit cigar to the old explorer.
Oh, well, thank you very much. Where was I? Oh, yes. I simply wanted to inform you as to my progress in recruiting a new party for my venture.
Ah, yes, the map. And such a shame to hear about the untimely dismissal of your last party. Well, I do hope your new recruits will prove more loyal.
To tell it true, sir, I have faith only in our muscle, the Osprey boy. But for the rest, I have devised a bit of a test.
Slick gray smoke fills the air between them. DeVue's eyebrow cocks.
I have sent them in after the Zorn. Well, now, the way I see it, if they come back triumphant, they will have proven themselves and rid us of an obstacle. If they fail to come back at all, well, we will be no worse off than when we started.
Quite a shrewd plan, Mr. Ramshackle. Clever. But tell me, why have you so little faith in this new crew?
Well, I do think the healer and the young witch lad have promise. They are green, but fiery, the both of them. It is in the Osprey girl that I bear the most doubt.
For the briefest of moments, a look of surprise flashes across DeVue's golden eyes. Eyes which have not known surprise in centuries. But DeVue is not a man to let surprise get the better of opportunity. He stands, crosses the room, throws open a window, and scrawls a sigil in the rain with his long pinky nail. 2 Pad CU for delivery to Old Scratch Capital Partners, which causes the rain to congeal into a moat. It salutes and drops down into the city below. DeVue rejoins his guest. Ramshackle, I insist you stay for a meal. I want to hear every detail about this little plan of yours. And if they manage to slay this Zorn, you'll have a right golden prospect on your hands. Hello, one and all, and welcome back to Unbalanced Encounters, the Misfortunate 4, the only show that dares to ask, what if your guardian angel was strapped as fuck? I'm your host, Patrick Perini.
Yeah.
Say hi, everybody.
Hi.
Ahoy, hoy.
Hey.
Hi.
Cinder, we talked about this. Ahoy hoy is private. That's our term. You can't just go airing it on the fucking show.
Damn
That's
it.
what they say to each other in bed.
Sorry.
This is so uncomfortable for me.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Y'all done did it. It took 2 episodes.
Oh, yeah, wow. Starting off strong. Caustic, welcome to the energy of the show. This is an intimate space. This is a safe space for you to tell, for you to share how you're feeling and how
You
our
don't get to
feelings
do
make
that after just shaming Cinder. It's not, no, I'm not going to stand by this.
I feel like we should share a meal first, too, before we get into this step. Like, pace it. Pace it.
Yeah, that's fair. Unfortunately, we have to perform for the people. We have to dance, and so here we are. You guys ready to play some Tales of the Valiant? You guys excited to actually play the, fucking game?
I'm not ready to dance, but I'm ready to fight.
What if we lose this early on? Will we have to call, the Misfortunate 3 if somebody dies?
Oh, yeah, that's a great question. That's, we're gonna...
Or to keep the number, we're just we got to bring their body along no matter what.
Yeah, we'll weekend at Bernie's it.
Somebody's gonna die, and it's probably not me. You guys ready to play? You guys ready to get into it? All right. Well,
let's win it.
Okay. Yeah. I like your enthusiasm. I like your ambition. It's a little misguided, but we'll see because when we last left off, we had begun our journey in Basin City, a tottering tower built upon mud, timber, and a lust for gold. In it, we met our Misfortunate 4. We began with Cal, a young stable hand from the Ironwater neighborhood, almost as stubborn as the Dryadic moose she tends. That stubbornness reared as she faced down Mick the Messenger and his posse of angels. Hired goons from Old Scratch insurance partners looking to collect on some unpaid premiums. Cal's guff may have cost her home if it were not for the timely arrival of our next hero, Odion Osprey-Heronshaw, scion of the Osprey adventuring family who really didn't do anything, actually. But hey, when you're rich and famous, you tend not to need to do much to get the world bowing and scraping. At the mere mention of his name, the angels slunk away. We then cut to Weevil Woebringer in the middle of really a fucked up nightmare that's been kind of sitting with me in some unsettling ways. But it was okay. It turned out to be just like a dream-based Zoom call from his granny May, one of the 3 hags who has raised him. After waking up with a familiar and unkillable pep, Weevil and his second shadow forged into a new day rife with opportunity. Oh boy, and then we met Flo. Arianna Floridia Osprey II berated her butler, her half-brother, and her father in that order, and found herself booted from the silk sheets and soy lattes of her Osprey Manor home. At least she got given a gun. An old family heirloom claimed her mother, who had apparently taken it to wearing it about as far up her thigh as possible without us having to give the episode the adult content tag. Duly armed, she and Odion promptly trudged into the city to find work. Despite Odion's recruitment efforts, Cal required a bit more cajoling from a drunken vagrant named Rip Durkin. He gave her a single gold, insisted she not spend it, and urged her to heed Odion Ostrich's request. Tired of living in the mud, Cal headed uptown to fulfill her heavily slurred destiny. Weevil was the last to join the party, having been waylaid by a crowd cheering on the John Johnson, a celebrity adventurer who signed Weevil's forehead and sent him on his way. Our 4 heroes then met at the Hotel Yeehaw, where an aged and storied adventurer hired them on a speculative basis. Bonathan Ramshackle claimed to have a map to the final load of the Dragon's Hoard, but first, he needed you all to clear out an elemental that apparently had given his scouting party a bit of trouble. You all agreed and adjourned to Odion's hotel room. And just as Odion began to drift off, he was startled awake by the shuffling of invaders. And I need all of your initiative rolls.
I got a 4.
I rolled 10.
I got a 15.
No, I got a 15.
Oh, shit. Fantastic. Our 2 sleeping heroes share an initiative.
This feels unfair because this is Cal's and Weevil's first night in a half-decent bed, probably.
Best night's sleep of your life.
We never want to be rich again. This is terrible. Is this your morning wake up?
No.
We ordered this, actually.
We are going to start at the top of the initiative order with our invaders. They are all going to make a couple of checks here. I have a very important question for Odion. Where did you put the map?
the map. The map would be with all of my adventuring equipment stored in my bag, which is basically what I use to rest my head.
Very, very, very good. I'm going to go ahead and say we're going to actually introduce a bit of a new skill here. So we are going to go ahead and treat this functionally as a survival check. Whenever I ask you to give me a tactics check, you are going to roll wisdom plus proficiency. Please go ahead and give me that check. You are getting a flat plus 10 to this roll, my friend.
Oh, holy shit. All right, plus 14.
You answered, listen, asked and answered. You put it in the fiction. It's under your head, not with the rest of Flo's shit.
That is a 22 total.
22
Nice.
total beats the 21 this guy rolled. I got a 19 on the die.
Woo.
This whoever's rooting around in this room does not find what they're looking for, but you hear the sound of suitcases being opened, clothes being gone through, stuff being moved around. Cal and Weevil, you're both asleep and you're both surprised. So we're going to go ahead and take that surprise condition off of the two of you as you pass your first round, sort of per the rules of surprise.
Sure.
However, unless someone actively wakes you up, and that doesn't necessarily need to be Odion or Flo, you could accidentally get woken up here.
Sure.
Unless someone actively wakes you up, you're going to have to take an action on your turn to roll to see if you notice what's going on.
Amazing.
Rockin'.
Odion, you are out on the balcony. You are under your little makeshift tent. And my friend, you hear over the din of people shuffling through Flo's luggage, thunder peal out over Basin City. And there's a weird thing that happens in Basin City whenever it storms, and it storms pretty fucking often in Basin City. The bowl of the caldera echoes the reverberations of the thunder, and so you are deafened by this initial thunderclap as you feel rain just way down on your tent. You know that inside, your two new recruits and your sister are in bed. And you know that there are people in there, and you're not. What do you do?
Are there any windows?
The balcony is going to have sort of French windows, and then yes, the receiving room will have windows as well that you can see from the balcony.
Fantastic. I'm going through a window.
Oh,
Yeah.
hell yes.
Yeah.
Are you breaking it or are you opening it?
I'm breaking it.
Okay, go ahead and give me an athletics check.
All right.
We're going to go ahead and call this a DC 12.
Surely I can make that. Oh, God, stay on the table. Let's go. Natural 20.
Natural
Yeah.
20! Okay, fantastic. You break through this. What does this look like when you break through this window?
Immediately, he sees individuals who aren't his new companions going through his half-sister stuff, and he just immediately, instinctually grabs his pike, just starts running, thinking, how am I going to get them all up fast enough? And then immediately, instead of going for the door, shoots for the closest window and kind of like dives through it with his arms up in order to... Actually, he'll just point the spear.
And I'm going to go ahead and say, can I get Cal and Weevil to please roll me? We'll make this perception checks.
Well, I got a 5 minus 1, so that's a 4.
Take a luck point. Cal?
A 7.
Take a luck point.
We're just storing these up for the right moment.
We are sleepy.
You are I mean, listen.
It's been a long travel of sleeping in, a long time of sleeping in some rough spots.
Yeah, I mean, Weevil's been in a hammock and Cal has been in a hayloft for the last however fucking long. So you guys are in that crisp REM sleep. Odion, I'm going to say that was half your movement. You've still got half your movement left. You see 3 figures in the room. If you would like more information, you could roll me perception.
That is a 15 plus 4, so 19.
Okay, so you do, on a 19, you still get some information here. Like I said, you see 3 figures. You see that they all have sort of like scarves, kind of bandanas, black bandanas kind of tied around their heads, so that you are minimized, they're minimizing how much you can see of sort of identifying features. Really quickly, you do see that they are of 3 distinct sizes. The one who seems to be calling the shots, you can see him kind of gesticulating a couple of times, is the shortest. And then there's one kind of in the middle, and then one who is a considerable amount taller. And they're actively looking for something in this room. I'm going to go ahead and see. They do notice you. So all 3 of them turn and face you.
Yeah, I just broke through a shattered a window.
I didn't roll a nat 1, so there you go. That was movement. What do you got?
Please leave. And then I will kick the bottom of the pike, like the bottom half of it, into one of the largest individual.
The largest individual? Okay.
So I will roll to attack on that. I'm going to use one of my new fighter traits,
Hell yeah.
known as Wind Up. As a bonus action, you ready a powerful attack against a nearby target. If you hit the target with the melee attack before the end of your turn, the first such attack deals extra damage equal to my proficiency bonus. 13 plus 5, so 18.
An 18 does, in fact, hit.
10 plus 3 plus the proficiency bonus on that, so 15.
What kind of damage?
This is not lethal, because he said, please leave. And if it's a lot of damage, that man's kneecap is shattered. Odion is very strategic in every blow that he attempts on any enemy or threat that he deals with. And his main objective for this is to get rid of what he thinks is the biggest threat, and hopefully that will put fear in the other attackers.
You hear the crunching of cartilage as his kneecap literally slips out of place and his leg kind of dangles. And as soon as you make that hit, you see the sort of middle-heighted one, the leader, kind of turns and says, "What the fuck are you? You let him wake up! Fuck's sake, man! Now we gotta kill him!" They are now very, very focused on you. Anything else from Odion?
Oh dear.
Flo, I checked the tape. Canonically, you are not asleep.
Oh, I was kind of like staring up at Nicholas.
You've got this little woodpecker griffin just kind of staring down at you, head cocked from time to time.
So I imagine that in the sort of 15 minutes before all of this happened, Flo had gotten out like a silk sort of eye mask and was just sort of like laying, and she's hearing all this noise and she's just like, Odion, will you please keep it down? And she's just going to roll over.
Sorry.
I have 2. Okay. All right.
I love this so much.
First of all, take a luck point, because that's very good. Second of all, I have a very important question for Flo.
Yes.
Where's the gun?
I think it's under her pillow.
Not anymore.
Oh.
You roll over after barking an order at Odion, and you kind of go to grab sort of the blanket, kind of pull it up over your shoulder. You feel the gun is in your hand.
Oh. Okay, and she's gonna just slide her hand under her pillow and just sort of like keep it there. Just sort of weird. I must be nervous for some reason. Strange.
All right, and that's your turn.
Completely.
We're doing great. This is going to go so well. Odion's definitely not going to die right now.
That's fine. It'll be all right.
Odion, you see that the guy who is in charge slides back from this group. He was sort of the furthest away, so you're not going to get an attack of opportunity. He slides back from this group, posts up at the door, and is going to, for the moment, I think until I think for the moment he's just gonna wing a knife at you.
Okay.
That's a 22 to hit.
That's gonna hit because I'm pretty sure I'm not wearing my chainmail. I was getting ready for bed.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. None of you have your armor on. That is gonna be 3 points of slashing damage.
3 points of slashing damage, just for fun.
Yeah,
just for funsies.
Sure.
I would like to use parry.
Okay. Can you parry a ranged attack?
It says weapon attack.
Yes, you can.
And I would like to say that he sees the dagger coming and immediately grabs one of Flo's luggage.
What? Just the little, like a hat box?
Yeah, and just throws it up, and it just stabs into it. I have to roll to see how much damage gets blocked.
Cool.
1d10 plus my proficiency bonus. So that's 7 plus 2, so 9.
Yes, you take 0. Is that it for the parry?
That is it for the parry. That
this
is
guy,
also my reaction.
This guy is pissed. He's going to wing another one at you.
Go for it.
That's a 22 to hit.
That'll hit.
And that is going to be 6 points
got
of slashing damage as this one wings across your cheek.
In the most quietest of voices, guys, if you could wake up for me. That's it.
Kill him before he wakes anyone else up. Now our shortest boy is going to go. And it looks like he is not the one you've hit. He is he's going to follow orders to the best of his ability. He's fighting to kill here. That is a 23.
Goddamn.
Hits.
Cool. You take 6 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And 7 radiant damage.
Okay.
Goddamn.
As this guy sort of squares up against you, you can see he's sort of dressed in, again, kind of all black. He's got this bandana over his mouth. You can kind of see his eyes a little bit. And he punches you in the throat. And I need a con save from you.
That's going to be 9 plus 4 equals 13.
Okay, you succeed. You then take 7 more points of bludgeoning damage and 10 more points of radiant damage as he grabs the back of your head and headbutts you.
I would just be dead.
I am unconscious.
Yeah.
Odion goes down. You, in sort of your delirious semi-consciousness, hear this guy go, "There you go, boss. What do you want us to do with him?" Well, finish the job, but I suppose we could stuff him in a suitcase, delay anybody finding him. And the guy whose knee you blew out is going to take your body and start pulling you into one of Flo's larger suitcases. You see that he's like pulling some of her dresses out. We are back to Cal. Could I please get a perception check from you? The DC has dropped.
Awesome. What are the odds, too, that perhaps Nicholas can help me in this situation?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Nicholas goes on your turn. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I honestly, if you just want to have Nicholas wake you up, Nicholas can just wake you up. That can be his action.
Can we just have him make like an awful shrill of a voice, like just a screech in the night?
Here's what we're gonna do. Go ahead and roll me just a d20, and I'll tell you if you wake up just Cal or Cal and Weevil.
It's a 6 on its own.
Okay, we're gonna go ahead and say that Nicholas sort of sees Flo roll over with the gun, then sort of whips around and lands on your shoulder and just starts pecking at your head as fast as possible.
You can absolutely say no to this, but I feel like because Cal doesn't have bags and she's in an unknown space to put things, she actually probably would have slept with her chainmail on, knowing that it is very precious to her and probably the only thing of value.
I think
it would
that's
be
fair.
Uncomfortable. I'm sure every time Flo moved a little bit,
that's a big part of
your
why Flo
knee
was
hits
pissed.
the metal. Every time she shuffles, Flo hears the
terrible.
clinking of the chain metal.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna do 2 things. I'm gonna give you that, so you absolutely have your chainmail on. That's fantastic. Your hammer is across the room, so it's in the same room as you, but you are gonna have to spend about half your movement getting to your hammer if you want to get your hammer.
Cal wakes up furious in a panic, right? In this kind of situation, it is typically only when the moose are under attack, like there's some sort of predator, that ever Nicholas would wake her up like this. So it is frantic. She pops up, waking almost from this dead of sleep. Her braids, an absolute mess of knots, just bundled all around her. And she is wide-eyed and kind of like furious in this moment, gripping at like the blankets around her and maybe accidentally like hitting Flo or whatnot as she begins to scramble.
Like, oh my God.
No big deal. What? As she kind of gathers her bearings, and who's the closest to her in this trio of height?
The shortest is going to be the guy that just punched Odion into unconsciousness.
She is dragging this hammer. Like we're still a little bit like the Walking Dead here. The physical strength is still catching up with Cal, and so she grabs just the handle of this warhammer and drags it across. Partially, yes, to bring it with her, but also using it as a warning sound, kind of like if you're entering my home, sort of thing. Like she's purposely making this sound heavy, and she's making sound and noises and even grunts on her own. What? As she kind of looks around herself.
You do see 3 figures, 2 of which are very busy shoving Odion's body into a suitcase. Go ahead and make me the better of a perception or an insight check.
That will be a 22.
Ooh.
Cal, it is so important in your life to never forget a face. For the people who deal with you above board, they expect a certain level of attentiveness to who they are and their station. But it really never hurts to be able to make sure that you know who somebody is on site in the neighborhood. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
These are the angels that shook down your parents. The tall one was the man in the bowler hat who threatened to light your house on fire. The short one was the man in the boater hat who largely kept to himself. And the one in the middle, the leader of the group, is Mick the Messenger. And you can now tell sort of by the silhouette of his shawl that he is this sort of quasi-amorphous mass of feathers beneath it.
Okay, those feathers are ingrained in her memory. They are a walking nightmare. She is a mess, but her eyes focus in and her brows just tense up, almost touching with how angry suddenly she is at this point. And it is not pretty at all. She's not trained in fighting whatsoever. So with this warhammer that she clutches now closely to her chest, she doesn't think of swinging it. In fact, she just kind of holds it in front of her body and she just runs. Kind of just not thinking this through, but runs in and trying to just bombard and hit, using her body as a weapon. In this case.
Oh, the moose technique. We love to hear it. If you would be so kind as to tell me who you are attacking and then roll your attack roll.
Mick, our feathery loudmouth.
Here's the thing. Mick closed on the door to make sure nobody got out. He is too far away since you got your warhammer.
Do we accidentally run into the short one in front then?
Fantastic. Go ahead and roll me that attack.
It was not intended. She was going for Mick.
She's
just sloppy at this moment, and she just tries to clip.
Stumbling and bumbling.
Go for it. Roll me the attack.
It's a terrible rampage. It was a nat 1.
Oof. Stumbled and bumbled indeed.
Hey, Cal.
Yeah.
You got some luck.
Do we?
Yeah, you do get a point of luck. You get a point of luck. Also, we're going to flashback.
Welcome to the team.
Flashback.
Thanks for the flashback.
Sweating.
How old was Cal when she started working at the stables?
As soon as she could really carry anything that was helpful, even if it was just dragging some more bales of hay, it probably would have been around like 6 that she at least remembers.
I think there probably would have been several years of you doing relatively light work. I think Auntie Sybil was helpful in kind of making sure that you weren't taking on more than you could. Mm-hmm. But I think you also probably were constantly pushing that. Mm-hmm. So it was probably several years later that you found this hammer. My question for you is, what was Cal doing that put the idea in her head that she fucking needed a hammer?
It would actually be the first time the giants visited down in their journey, right? It's a process that comes every now and then, but for her, up until this point, right, she had been challenging herself, wanting to help out more, wanting to be more useful, wanting to be more valuable, to be able to bring in more coin. And so she had always pushed herself to try to do more, to be just as strong, to be just as capable as anyone else there in the stables. And when she saw the giants swinging this, she wanted to do it too. At best, this was probably comical for the giants to see not just this human, but this child want to eye and begin to pick and try to grab one of their handles, and perhaps out of sympathy, right? One of the giants offered one. Go ahead, try it, sort of opportunity. And while it was surely a comical attempt at best, it kind of stood to be her sword in the stone, if you will. Something that for a long time she wasn't able to really lift or move, but she would come back to again and again at the end of the day, trying little by little, at least to drag it an inch off the ground, now then to pick it up, until finally she was able to swing it, sort of experience, something that she was trying to earn the right to wield.
I think we see you on your 1000th day of trying to lift this warhammer, because this hammer's fucking big, right? This is a giant's railroad tie hammer, right? That's what they use this thing for mostly. We see you finally get some purchase on this thing, and your feet, much like the moose, dig into the mud as you hoist this thing up and you get it up on your shoulder. And I think there's a bit of a hush. I think all of the people that are around you, I think, see that you finally got this thing up, and you hoist it up and you go to bring it down on just like a piece of wood, something that you're trying to practice on, and you hit it with the stick, because the head of the hammer has fully fallen off behind you into the mud and just coated your back. And we return to combat as the head of your hammer fully comes loose from its cheap bindings.
Oh, no.
And boom, slams into the floor. The good news is, Weevil, you're now awake.
I was ready for it until I got deep into listening, and then I was like, wait, this is all for a nat 1. This isn't going to be good.
No,
I'd forgotten about
this
that.
is going to be, yes. Once again, she's holding this stick, and it is embarrassment. It is dark of night, but if you had any inkling of light, her face would be flushed red in this moment.
The secondary embarrassment that Odion would have.
If Odion had lived to see it.
Yeah.
Cal, as you are sort of flushing with embarrassment, and this hammer is, sort of the head of this hammer is sitting behind you on the ground, you hear... Oh, what the hell are you doing up here, girl? You're moving in some high circles. I honestly never thought we'd see you again.
And she just lets the stick kind of drop and rattle on the ground. You're not supposed to be up here.
Says who?
Well, I do.
That's movement in action. Do you have bonus?
Let's go ahead and stop it there for her.
Let's not push our luck, shall
I
we?
feel like that one has me a little afraid.
Weevil, you have now awoken. The door to this room is open.
So I'm going to pop my eyes open, and there's going to be a quick calculation, and as I realize trouble, and I'm going to roll backwards off the bed and grab my haversack, pop my head above the bed, look around. Do I see Flo still sleeping?
Flo's still in bed, yeah, 100%.
All right, I am going to make my way past the bed that Flo is sleeping in, and as I do, thinking that she is just asleep, I am going to use my bonus action to use the help action to try to help wake her up. I have a ability called Comrade, which means I can use my bonus action to do the help action.
Incredible.
And as I walk by, I think my shadow is just going to drift over hers, and my shadow is going to like tap her shadow on the shoulder, shake it up a little bit.
Make you feel it. Ooh.
And as I creep past, do I see, like, silhouetted in the darkness, Cal and these other figures?
Yeah, you see Cal is sort of squaring off with two people kind of that are flanking her immediately, and you get the sense from the conversation you can hear that there's probably a third person out of sight.
Okay. Trying to think quick, I'm going to reach into my haversack and pull out what looks like a bit of, like, tar almost that's sort of like sticky and dark and viscous, and I'm gonna rub it on the ground, and as I do, almost like Quicksilver, it's going to skate along the ground and manifesting in the darkness. The room is basically going to fill with these figures that appear around Cal and then slowly manifest to look just like Cal. And I am going to cast Silent Image to try to make it harder for them to spot which one of these images is actually Cal. And Silent Image, the illusions do not make noise, but they can move. So basically, they are going to fill the space, they're going to stand the way that she stands, and ideally sort of move with her, around her, to try to confuse these figures.
Dang, that's awesome.
That's cool.
Really good. You're going to be able to do this. I'm trying to figure out the extent to which this works. What is your spell save DC?
13.
I think the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to just make them have to beat a DC 13 investigation check to be able to see which one Cal is.
Sure.
And that's going to be an action, I think. That's really good. That's really good.
We got mirror image at home.
Weevil, I'm really curious, like, what is kind of going through Weevil's head as he's doing this? Because this is probably one of the more violent situations Weevil's ever encountered himself in.
I think Weevil has seen the aftermath of violence a lot in terms of what his grannies used to get into in the aftermath of what they used to get into, because they weren't really practicing anymore once he was sort of growing. I think because he doesn't see Odion, he doesn't realize that Odion is down, he sees one of the party members, Cal, essentially being, like, attacked on all sides, and is partially a little bit excited because this is the kind of thing that happens with real adventurers, is that they get ambushed. But also he's just trying to give Cal an edge. He's like, this is not a fair fight. I'm going to try to make it more of a fair fight.
Incredible. Hey, Odion.
What's up?
It's episode 2.
Dude. It's back to Isaac and those fucking weasels. Let's get it.
Can I please get our first death save?
Oh, boy. Not 20. Come on.
Close. That's a 3.
Incredible.
No.
On a 3, please mark a failure. Also, that is a failed check. Please mark a luck point.
Right. My first luck point.
And possibly your last.
Oh, don't.
Wow.
Hey, listen, you needed more of the inheritance. You're about to get it.
I mean, yeah, true.
Don't worry, with him dead, we can buy a better companion.
My team, look at them go. I can't. I'm dead. What's up?
When was the first time that you fell unconscious in the course of your adventuring?
First time going unconscious was definitely training with his mentor. There was a bear, a brown bear, to be exact. And they're kind of scouting it out, and his mentor, Vasher, kind of points to. He kind of goes eyes wide, and charges out of the bush that they were watching the bear from, remembers all his training, and then immediately wakes up from being on the ground covered in bear claw scratches.
I think we see your mentor, Vasher Hotzen, kind of extend a hand. And you've not seen this man in a long time. You've probably not thought about him much recently. You've been very preoccupied with the work that you've been doing with the John Johnson and his merry men. But your mind sort of falls back onto this formative moment. You kind of look up at him and you see that he's got his hand extended. And now all of a sudden it sort of starts to come into focus for you. You know, you remember this man. He's got kind of this immaculately coiffed mustache, little derby hat, kind of fur-lined coat. He's a very precise man. That was fucking stupid. How many years have you been working with me? You just decide you're going to throw full face at that bear?
I went through the process of how to take it out, and I assumed
he hits you in the head with his cane.
He's still seeing spots. He's not fully there yet.
The process of how to take it out. You think the bear's gonna follow the rules?
Oh no. The bear wants to win.
More than that, the bear needs to win. You're fighting because I sent you out here on some cockamamie quest. The bear's fighting because if it doesn't win, it dies.
Fight to live.
You're in a line of work where you're going to be doing a lot of fighting that maybe doesn't necessitate you living. If you can get out of it, it's always better. But if you can't, you better be damn sure the other guy doesn't need to fight to live.
Got it. Okay. And he stands up way too fast and falls right back over.
Yeah, 100%.
Yes.
And we cut back to combat. One of these guys has just shoved this trunk shut with your body in it. Your hand kind of gets caught. It's like flopping around. He's like, get down in there. And the other one is sort of reaching for Cal, or potentially one of these silent images. All right, Flo, what are you gotta give me something here. Come on.
So there's been enough noise. There's been tappings on shoulders. There's been roughly getting up next to her.
People are very preoccupied with what's happening. Yeah, they're definitely, something's going on.
And I think from the other room, you hear a very loud, and then the pat, 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 pat of the bare feet on the wood coming out into the front room. Who's the closest enemy to the door?
Closest enemy to the door is going to be the small one that put Odion in the box.
Amazing. She's just going to pull out, well, she's holding the derringer. It's just in her hand now. And she's just going to point it at his head and say, I am trying to sleep. And if you look at her face, it's like bloodshot eyes. She's just manic. She's so upset. And she's just going to pull the trigger. 12.
Emily, I need you to roll me a charisma saving throw.
Oh, all right. What's my charisma? It is an extra 3. I got a 19.
You feel the gun in your hand begin to absolutely fucking tremble. And as you level it at this celestial, at this angel, and pull the trigger, he, bullet time, whips up his hand, pushes your hand out of the way. The shot rings off across the room. You see a fireball just... And you're stunned. You have no idea what's happening. The gun drags your hand around, does like a fucking Jackie Chan move with this guy, just like gets his hand out of the way, puts the gun to his temple, and is trying to fire. But you resist.
She's angry, and she's kind of like, that was badass. I'm too tired to really understand what just happened, but I don't have time to really question it either. So I'm rolling with this, and those eyes are just a bit wider than they were before.
All right. We're dropping the fucking pretense, okay? Children, you all need to die. And you see he sort of pulls his hood. He sort of lets this shawl drop. You see this sort of cone of feathers, each with eyes at the end, kind of drops. And he is going to fix his gaze specifically on Weevil. Weevil, I need you to make me a wisdom saving throw.
15.
Okay.
And if that's not enough, I have luck to spend.
I'm not going to tell you whether or not it's enough. You can spend the luck if you want.
All right, I'm going to use 3 luck to bring it up to an 18.
Okay, an 18 absolutely succeeds.
Hell yeah.
You feel these eyes all from their various angles focus in on you and make eye contact, and you feel yourself falling into yourself, and your shadow goes rigid sort of against your form, and you brace yourself against it and hold on. You do not succumb to this charmed effect. But he is going to throw some fucking knives at what at Weevil? That's a nat 20.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Are going to do 7 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
And that's another nat 20!
You need to stop now. Thanks. Appreciate
This
it.
one's going to Flo.
Oh, no.
That's 7 points of slashing damage. He has
Ow!
collected his knives off the ground and winged them back at the two of you. Okay, so we're now over to Boater Hat, the guy, shorter guy. He is going to lock the suitcase that Odion is in, turn around, and he's going to try to punch Cal. He is not smart enough to take that investigate action, so I'm just going to give him disadvantage on this roll.
Okay.
Another nat 20.
Well, that'll hit.
It did I did not roll 2 nat 20s. I rolled a total of an 18. Does an 18 hit?
Yeah.
Okay. 11 bludgeoning, 6 radiant. As this guy squares up with you, puts a knee into your chest, and as you sort of bend over in agony, takes both of his fists and thumps you on the back of the head. How you doing?
She is barely up, but she is like fighting for consciousness here, but it is still there by 1 point.
You are kind of doubled over. This guy is satisfied with that. He is going to try to uppercut. Flo with his second attack. That's a 20.
Yeah.
3 bludgeoning damage. 9 radiant damage.
Oh, my God. Are we going to TPK?
You guys got to deal with these guys somehow, right?
We're trying.
We've done 13 damage total, Pat, and that was when I was conscious.
Yeah.
Give us some time, bud.
To be fair, like half the the majority of the party was asleep for about 2 rounds.
That's true.
Yeah, it's true.
It's not entirely our fault.
The taller man, Bowler, has kind of set his knee and is in a tremendous amount of fucking pain. For what it's worth, part the curtain a little bit, Odion got him to half health in 1 hit. So you guys need to just stop missing.
I'm trying.
Is that all we have to do? Is just not poorly
Maybe if
roll?
you stopped rolling nat 20s.
Yeah, that was a wild run of nat 20.
This is all our fault.
You guys see Mick say, hey, this is taking a little while. Why don't we see if we can expedite matters a little bit? Burn it down.
What?
And Bowler is going to cast Create Bonfire in the middle of Flo's luggage.
Cal secretly is very grateful because we were probably the ones who were going to have to carry that stuff. So, oh no, I'm so sad.
Flo.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask you to please keep track of this. Your luggage is going to burn. You have 80 cases. And so it's going to burn at 10 each round. So you have 8
I
rounds.
have 80 cases.
Yeah, that was
Don't
the
be
joke.
shocked. Don't be shocked.
You have 8 rounds until all of your luggage and all of this room are completely engulfed in flames.
Those thongs are worth more than your life. That's iridian silk, you monster.
Where's Odion?
Oh, sleeping in a box.
Just like Odion to be sleeping in a box when there's stuff to do. Great.
You give out employment. You see, this is why the system is what it is.
You haven't paid us yet. Okay? Don't even.
Oh my god.
It's overtime, bro.
It's Weevil's turn. It's Weevil's turn. It's Weevil's fucking turn.
Weevil is going to look at this Celestial with the wings and the eyes. He's heard stories about Celestials. Amidst all the panic and the frightening, he smiles to himself a little bit because he knows that his grannies would be really proud of him right now. As he looks at the Celestial that has the wings and the eyes that was casting the spells and just whispers, "I see you." And darkness is going to swell up almost like little bamboo vines growing really quickly. They're going to sort of shoot up this Celestial's form and shroud both his eyes and all of the eyes of his wings in darkness, or attempt to, as I cast blindness on him. Ooh. Try to make it so he can't see. He's got to make a Constitution saving throw.
He has an ability that gives him advantage against being blinded. So he's going to get advantage on this roll. But he does not have a crazy good con.
13 is the number to beat.
8. He fails.
Yes.
Okay, so for the next minute or so, he is blinded.
That's huge because he cannot use his gaze ability. That's really big.
Yeah.
Oh my god. So Weevil, that's action. Do we have bonus or anything else from you?
Cal looks kind of bad.
Cal looks shaken and pretty beat up.
Yeah, it's ugly.
All right. So then, sort of subtly, he's going to flick his wrist, and his shadow is going to completely separate from his body and drift across the floor and connect to Cal's shadow. And so Cal basically has 2 silhouettes now,
That's
and
cool.
one of them lifts up a shield. I'm using my Moat Tamer ability, my Moat of Power. You have a +1 bonus to your AC for the time being.
All right. Hey, Cal, you get a shot here. What's
Yeah.
up?
Listen, the one who attacked her,
Yeah.
can she just try to bite them?
Yeah. Fucking yeah. Absolutely.
Like, this is a moment, like, she's desperate and she doesn't have anything really to her. Like, and she's just scared and feral. And so she just tries to latch on at this
Incredible.
moment and kind of using that to her advantage. Could I also pair with this a little bit of an attempt at intimidation?
Yeah, 100%.
It is a 19.
You hit. You bite this fucking angel.
Right there. Get out this angel.
And she does, as hard as she can, right? As if this is like all her life holding into it. It is fierce. She's got her hands gripped on other side, like as if you eat a turkey leg, right? Your first bite into it. This is vicious, and it is slobbery. It is messy, but she is in on it.
Go ahead and roll damage.
Yeah. All right, that's gonna be 2.
Okay, 2 damage. So you're going to be rolling just flat intimidation, but you are going to get that roll. So go ahead and roll me intimidation, please.
All right. Okay. Technically, it's a 12 minus 2, which is a 10, but I'm going to add in my additional 3 for my lucks to make it a 13.
Okay, 13.
I'm going to add 2 more luck on top of that to bring it up to a
15! Holy shit. Okay.
Here's the thing. When she's biting, she's also making eye contact, unblinking.
No. Please no.
Yes.
I need a still of that face. Holy shit. That's a fucking 6.
Get off me! God damn it, get off me!
In addition to having disadvantage on attacks made against you from the silent image, this guy is also going to have disadvantage on everything he tries to do his next turn. Woo, well done. Okay. Incredible. Odion.
All
on,
right.
Wake up.
Come on, brother.
I get nat 1. I did.
Don't say that.
That's a 5.
Oh my fucking god.
Not good, but
Okay. Okay.
I get 2 luck points though.
Yeah. Holy shit.
silver linings, I guess.
Odion, it's getting kind of warm in here. Flo. We're running it.
Yes.
I don't know. I'm asleep.
There's a split second of, what is she doing? She doesn't know where he's been. I don't know where she's been either, but here we are. She's just gonna
take a
shake her head, try again.
All right, go for it.
14.
Okay,
Do
a
I
14.
need to juice it?
I'm not gonna tell you. You can choose to juice it if you feel so compelled.
I'll put a luck point in it to make it 15.
All right, we leaving it at 15. A 15 hits.
Oh, yes.
Go ahead and roll. Go ahead and roll damage.
4 plus 4. Yes, so 8 damage in total, piercing. And I'm going to decide I can choose to make that fire damage instead, and I'm going to do that.
Yes, you can.
Yes.
Flo. You feel this thing connect with this guy's head, and you fire, and it engulfs half of this guy's face. He's got some really fucking nasty burns that sort of boil a little bit. Like, they smell like brimstone. And as he kind of winces from that, you hear in your head, and then you fucking vanish.
Poof.
Where in this room does she want to be right now?
She wants to be next to the burning luggage so she can put that shit out.
Priorities, baby.
You, all of a sudden,
Unknowing Odion is in there as well.
an unbroken stream of events. You are firing this gun on this guy, and then you are crouched behind Odion's suitcase on the outside edge of your cluster of luggage. No one else can see you.
And she's like patting herself, thinking she's on fire. Realizing she's behind a trunk.
You see Odion's like pinky finger kind of sticking out of the lip.
You see her head just slowly turn and look at the finger. Ugh, and just rolls her eyes.
All right, we are back to the top of the initiative. Craig, could I please get you to roll me a d20?
Sure.
Get out all that bad luck.
You just took my 19 I needed for later, but sure.
No.
On a 19, the window that you smashed open is now letting hurricane-force winds and rain into this room.
Yay.
It is now harder for you all to see as like smoke is sort of accumulating and stuff. Oh, okay, all right. What the fuck? Why can't I see? What the hell is going on here? Witch boy, what did you do to me? Where are you?
I covered my hands like this, and then my shadow puts it down.
It's incredible. This man has no knives and cannot see. You have completely eaten his turn.
Yes.
Weevil.
They can make another con save at the end of their turns to try to
does have
overcome.
advantage on this, yeah. Oh my fucking god, that is a 13. That doesn't save, does it?
No, makes it breaks. I usually do if you make it.
Your DC is a 13?
Yeah.
Okay, he does
just a
at the
little
end
guy.
of his turn. You see him panic, for like a full few seconds, and then he stiffens and fully molts. All of his feathers and new ones push out of his kind of amorphous form. And so there's now just a pile of blinded feathers on the ground, and he has grown full new ones as he succeeds on this save. And that's going to be his fucking turn.
Can you do that in public?
Not legally.
These guys are criminals.
Well, they're also cops, so...
We both just said the same thing, Patrick. What are you talking about?
We said it in episode 1. We're going to say it in whatever episode this is. Don't trust cops. Cool. This next guy is going to go after Cal, because Cal's fucking biting his friend. He's going to try to cut you off of him with his Bowie knife.
That's fair.
That's a nat 20!
Stop it! Reroll it. I demand you.
I would like to leave now.
That's it. I won't play this game anymore.
Well, that will hit, and I'm
not even having a good time with this. This isn't even fun.
As long as you do 1 point of damage, I'm going down.
I've rolled 4 nat 20s this game.
Jeez.
You said 1 point of damage, you're going down?
Yep.
Cal's down. And no longer biting his friend, which is what he hoped to accomplish. That was his one attack. But the friend is now going to turn to Weevil and make a couple of attacks. That's a miss, full miss. This guy is punch drunk at boxing you, and you are literally shadow boxing him. And with that, we are going to go ahead and move to Cal. Cal, if you could please roll me your first death save. Didn't.
It's a nat 1. It's a nat 1. Someone just.
Twinsies.
Yay! I'm so glad. Stuff me in the box too. I'm never staying in a hotel again. Just nothing.
Gone.
Yep.
Completely.
And there's no one to blame. But
We're fine. We can come back from this.
Oh my
it's gonna be all right.
It's
It'll be okay.
God. All right, Weevil, it's your turn.
Did I notice when she shot the gun?
Yeah, Weevil, weird thing about this fucking gun, and again, guns are not something that are crazy common in this world. They're things you guys are aware of, but obviously none of the people who snuck into your hotel to steal something from you have a gun, right? They're not super common. It's a gun, so that's interesting, but she's rich, whatever. That handle is made from devil's horn.
I'm going to look over to Flo, and I'm going to just say, follow that thing's lead, and I'm going to dive across the floor, and I am going to, with my action, I'm going to use the help action to give Odion advantage, to help Odion with his next death saving throw.
Fantastic.
Give me a little pinky, little pinky touch.
And then I'm sort of like leaning across the floor and I see Cal, and I'm going to use my bonus action to give her the help action. So she has advantage on her next death
You're
saving
just
throw.
jostling both of them?
Yeah,
oh,
and
man.
really hoping that there's a devil horn in that weapon. These are angels. Devils hate angels. Hopefully it will guide
fine,
Flo,
right?
and she will deal with this.
Go ahead and please take a luck point for spending your entire turn on the help action. I have a feeling that Odion is going to need it. This is a flat D20 roll. You get nothing to add to this except potentially luck. You have a couple sources of luck. I am very curious. Cinder, how much luck do you have?
4.
Craig, how much luck do you have?
2.
Okay. There's 6 luck points potentially at play mechanically, and you have advantage on this roll.
Okay.
You need to roll at least a 4.
One was a 4, and the other was a 13.
Okay. 1 success for Odion on the board. Flo.
As she looks down at this tiny pistol that's smaller than her very dainty hands, it just morphs and changes in front of her, and the barrel just elongates, doubles in size, gets huge, and she has to hold the weight of the barrel with her other hand as it turns into a massive sawn-off shotgun. And she's there behind the trunk, Okay.
I love that.
And
Okay.
she is going to use the melee weapon attack that she has to, like, crack open the trunk that Odion is in.
Odion, you sort of fall out onto the ground and you kind of catch your breath. You had been running out of oxygen in there. You are going to go ahead. I am going to give it to her. You're going to get advantage on your next death.
Didn't he have that anyway?
No.
I just used it.
Just
Oh, okay, great. So you have another one. Whew.
Yeah. Craig, could I please go ahead and get you to roll for the rain outside?
Natural 20. Son of a bitch!
Can we make that a good thing, please?
Yeah,
Can we
it
just
absolutely
make
is a good
that
thing.
a nice good thing?
It's
Great.
absolutely a good thing. It's absolutely a good thing.
I get 19. What, am I Storm? Is that what's happening?
Yes.
Am I some sort of weather god?
We got to change your class. I'm sorry. This is
You guys hear the
One more
French
roll
doors
and
in the
I might
balcony
have
slam inward. All of a sudden, the room is just filled with cyclonic rains, right? And the fires are completely quelled. And you guys are all fucking drenched. But you see that Mick kind of heaves. Fine. The two I want it dealt with are dealt with. I don't know who the fuck these two are. Get them out. Let's get out of here.
Greetings, Basin City. I'm your news correspondent, Ferrin Whel IV. In today's top story, unidentified hooligans vandalized a mural depicting our fair city's most legendary adventurers, Zachariah Osprey, Bonathan Ramshackle, and of course, the John Johnson. The mural, which adorned the side of a mid-tier inn, was defaced with painted mustaches, grimaces, and the suspect phrase, "Adventurers go home," badly misspelled. Members of the public discovered additional sloganeering, "The dragon yet lives," scrawled with the same ink on buildings nearby. This incident has left many with the question, where are the angels paid to protect our streets? Representatives from our esteemed insurance companies could not be reached for comment, but rest assured I will continue to report on this matter as new information comes to light.
Hi, friends. It's Patrick, your GM, your actual literal best friend, your Huckleberry, and I'm here for your gold. Stick 'em up. No, but actually, you know that we are not in the business of shoving irrelevant ads down your throat. And so this show is really made possible by your direct support. When you back us on our website, unbalancedencounters.com, 100% of your membership goes to keeping the lights on in our studio. Should you decide to grace us with your filthy capital, you shall be indicted into an elite legion, and the benefits of membership are many and varied. You get our original soundtrack from all of our shows, including our 80-episode epic Rally. You get to name NPCs. You get access to new episodes 2 weeks early, discounts on merch in our merch shop, and even an early access copy of Waste and Wild, the Tales of the Valiant setting book designed by me, Cinder, and Rift Kid Games, containing rules for Flo's Class the Godslinger, racing minecarts, and so much more. So mosey on over to unbalancedencounters.com and give us your gold or fingernails or whatever currency is deemed appropriate in your cosmology. All right, so you guys are losing.
Yeah.
Thanks for that summary.
Yeah.
That's just the 30-second summary we'll do at the end. We lost.
So everyone died.
So everyone died, and it was really cute, really fun.
Just know, it's the Misfortunate 4.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
We're hitting that name perfectly right now.
Just bop, 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 right on the fucking money.
We didn't actually come up with the name Misfortunate 4 until right now, and then we went back to the initial episode and edited it. Yeah.
Every time you use the name, we're going to blank that out.
We're going to blank it out. We're going to blank it out. We're going to blank it out. We're going
Yes.
to blank it out. Yeah, 100%.
We were originally the Fortunate 4. Obviously, that's not
That
playing
didn't
out.
work.
No.
And it is the bad guy's turn. Odion, splayed out on the ground, but not within view. making death saves. Cal, on the ground, making death saves. Weevil, visible. Flo, gone.
Poof.
So, Mick is going to try to grab Weevil. They largely feel like this is a handled situation. They're going to try to get the map and get out of here. But Mick is going to see if he can't just put the hurt on our boy. So I'm going to need a wisdom saving throw.
That's bad. That's what is that? Let me do math. It's -1, so that's a 3. So yeah, even if I use all my luck, I don't think I can overcome.
Weevil, you are charmed, and you feel yourself begin to fall into the hypnotic gaze of these feathers. Your eyes glossing over, your body becoming almost pleasantly weightless. You feel yourself start to drift. You are incapacitated, and you must use your movement to move toward a point that Mick chooses.
Okay.
And you see a clawed hand from beneath the feathers point right out of the broken window. These other guys honestly don't have shit to do but look for this map, so they're both going to go do that. They succeed. I rolled a 17 and an 18. They immediately beeline to the balcony, kind of push the doors open, tear Odion's tent to shit, start going through his bedroll, find the map to the elemental, and leap over the balcony edge and fly away. Okay, Weevil, it's your turn.
Going to the window, I see that they have the map.
Yeah.
We need that map.
Yeah.
I am not going to say this out loud, and I am going to do everything to not let it be shown, but there is an earnest amount of frustration that Weevil feels because he feels like he was trying to just play a team game with Flo, and she did not participate. Yeah. And is now basically he feels like she really stumbled the ball there, and by continuing to hide and not like getting more involved. But he's gonna try to hold that in because this is his team, and it's what he's got. But they need that. They need that map. He is going to jump forward and disappear into a plume of darkness and reappear right above the guy in the air and attempt to fall onto him and maybe bring them both down as I cast Misty Step.
Normally, you can't take bonus actions when you're incapacitated as well. I'm going to give this to you because you're using your bonus action just to move in the direction that this guy wants you to move into. I need you to roll me something. I honestly think this is going to be you're going to land on
feathers. That's nice, right?
Super soft.
Oh, yeah, this is amazing.
What conditioner do you use on your wings? I am going to have you land on the bigger guy, who's also the guy who has the map.
That's what I was the goal is.
Straight up. Yep, I'm going to straight up. He is going to make, hand to God, he's going to make a dex save to avoid just plummeting. You're fine. Misty Step, magic, you're fine. So he gets a +6 to this roll. I'm going to go ahead and call this a DC 15.
Question?
Yeah.
Is that the guy whose kneecap I popped earlier?
Yep.
Okay.
He's having a bad day.
That's a 4 on the die. Weevil, what does this look like as you cause him to stumble mid-flight and his wings fully give out and you begin to plummet down Basin City?
I think as he is flapping, I'm like going to the window in sort of this stumbling stupor from the charm, and it's less of a leap and more of I stumble out of the window and sort of fall backwards out. And as I fall backwards, I see him holding the map and poof, disappear, reappear above him, and then like crash. I'm not looking at him. Like I start to fall and I just slam into him right between the wings, and he kind of just starts to go down. Like one of those little toy soldiers with a parachute.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's like a bunch of weight was just added to it, so it starts to like spin all erratically.
100%. You are now effectively embroiled in a dog fight. This is going to get hard for you fast. But we're in it. Cal?
Oh.
How much luck do you have?
None. I used it all.
So we have access to 0 luck here.
Oh, this is my one last death save.
This
If I
is-
You have
fail this
advantage
one.
on it, though.
Yeah.
You do.
I do have advantage.
You have to roll at least a 10.
Come here. One of you be good.
Oh my god.
You will not believe this.
Don't leave me hanging, girl.
We are flipping this and getting a nat 20 on the advantage. I'm switching dice. This one's my new favorite. Okay.
God!
Thank you
Get
for
out
the
of here,
advantage.
other dice! Fuck
That
you!
shake of help means everything to Cal. To have like just a kind hand reaching out, like it reaches more into her soul than anything else. Like
Yes.
suddenly something could be there again.
Cal, you see Odion's, you see Weevil's shadow, like, on your shoulder, hand on your shoulder, jostle you as you wake up with 1 hit point, and it is quickly disappearing out of this window. Weevil is now gone, with him most of his magic.
And she drags herself up, first by the shoulders, like leaving her head hanging, trying to catch her breath in each moment, and it is just dragging. And is it within sight, just the head of this Warhammer?
Oh yeah, it's very close, 5 feet.
She would like to just lift that sucker up
Yeah.
as best she can.
Yeah.
How far away is Mick from her?
At this point, probably about 10 feet. You want to huck it?
Yes,
Hell yeah.
absolutely.
Make me a strength-based attack.
Shot put.
16.
Yeah.
16 hits?
16!
Yeah.
She does. She just begins to swing, and it's with her weight, and she's not even opening her eyes. In fact, she's just in so much pain. Like, her eyes can barely open. Tears are running down her face. She is an absolute mess, and she lets it go just with, like, an exhale of her body and kind of collapses as it leaves her hands, just sending it with all of her energy towards Mick.
This cloud of fucking feathers gets hit in the chest with this giant Warhammer head. Oh! What the fuck? Hold the fuck on. What in the hell? You were dead. Now, 30 seconds ago, I saw it. What is this?
I ain't dying till you're dead. And she just drags one step closer. Just, again, not really anybody, but it's barely, and because she's by step, like she had already kind of collapsed on this floor, but it is like a zombie crawl. She is not giving up as she grips and drags herself closer to Mick as much as she can.
And with that, we move to Odion. How much luck do you have?
2.
Cinder. Is there a range on your comrade luck feature, or is that a
30
player
feet.
feature? 30 feet.
I'll double check, but I'm 99%.
I'm going to go
sure.
ahead and
30
say
feet.
you are just within 30 feet. You will not be next turn. How much luck do you have?
I'm going to give 3 of them.
You have, so
if you are using, if Craig, if you're using any, I'm giving you 3.
So that's
Gotcha.
a total of 5. You have to roll at least a 5 to stay alive.
Got it. That is 15.
Oh, thank God for that.
So we have 2
Christ.
successes and 2 failures on the board for Odion. Fuck
Oh,
me
you're lucky.
running. Flo, you're up.
Yes. I would like to get around behind Mick if
Sure.
I can.
What's your gun save DC? 14?
Yes.
Okay. He had to roll a nat 1 to make this not work.
Did
And
he
he
roll
did.
a nat 1? Did he roll a nat 1?
He rolled a nat 1.
Full fucking
Oh my God.
circle.
Apparently, I only know how to roll 2 numbers, 20s and 1s.
What we don't know is Patrick's actually just flipping a coin. Heads or tails?
Heads or tails, win or lose. Step right up, everybody.
So fast.
Whew. All right, so you stay hidden as you creep around your mountain of luggage.
Okay. I roll a 16 plus the 4.
You hit.
It's a nat dirty 20.
30-20 hits.
So I'm just going to go up behind him and go, peekaboo. And when he turns around, just blast him with my shotgun.
All right, go ahead and roll damage.
My God. Just like a pillow exploding is what I'm envisioning when this happens.
Oh shit, I rolled real well. 13.
You fire this shotgun, and again, an explosion of feathers that are burning as they fly, incinerating from Quill outward in this just hail of ash and smoke. And he, still holding the Warhammer maul that just fucking crushed his sternum, flies back toward Cal and lands at her feet with this Warhammer presented on top of his chest. His head is right in between your legs. And Flo, you do fly back as well.
I just slam into some of my luggage.
Yeah, 100%. Weevil and the Angel are going to need to make dex saves
Ooh, yeah.
to see if they can regain some composure here.
Could I choose to fail intentionally to try to prevent them from succeeding? Like, could I intentionally keep us falling really fast?
Yes. I need you to roll 2d100.
Whoa.
First one is a 20. The next one is an 87.
If you dead drop here, you're going to go 107 feet.
Perfect. I see the map in their hand. I know that I'm not as strong as this guy. I don't actually know if I'm going to be able to wrestle it out of his arms. And then I see the ground below us charging forward. And I think about my grannies and how they reminded me that often the most dangerous of magic is the magic that seems the least dangerous. And I am going to do everything I can to prevent them from getting their composure. And when we are about 1.5 feet off the ground, I'm going to cast Featherfall just on me.
Yes!
Big brain.
I was like, what's he got up his sleeve? He's not just going to plummet into us.
The wizard.
You have his wings just like wrenched back. You know, you basically grabbed a hold of his fucking shoulder blades and you are just throwing your whole weight against them to make sure that he can't move. And he is in a dead drop. And he is going to try to hit you. He is armed, but he only gets one attack. And because it is hard for him to fucking reach with this knife, he's going to take disadvantage. 10 misses. He does not hit. So we are going to go to the next guy. And the next guy sees what's going on, and he is not wingbound. He is moving gracefully. He is going to try to take the map off of his compatriot. That's a 14. He goes for it and misses.
Okay.
I like to think Weevil saw the hand and just slapped it real quick. Just
your shadow reaches out, just gives a little tap. All right, Cal, you've got Mick the Messenger in front of you. What do you do?
In exhaustion, not even saying too much at this moment, she lifts this Warhammer up, just standing over Mick. You got debts to pay. And I'd like to just drop it back on him.
Yes! That's
Fire.
so badass!
fire.
We're done. He's dead.
Fire.
He's dead.
Hell yes!
And without a final word, Mick the Messenger is crushed to death. You hear this sort of gnarled popping of bone as this giant's warhammer crunches into his form. And the feathers molt away, turning into dust in the rain-swept wind that is still kind of pulling through this room. And there is nothing left but his shadow on the ground and a handful of stray feathers. We're going to introduce something that, I guess we came pretty close to not needing in this campaign if you guys were all going to die. But a new mechanic.
We made it.
In this campaign. Monsters in this world are magic. And as Weevil and his hag grannies are very familiar with, bits of them are kind of useful. You can harvest bodies of almost any kind to make magic items. Weevil actually has a feature we'll get to at some point where he can make daily magic items for you guys based on the monstrous parts that he harvests. And Cal, this is something that you're maybe not crazy unfamiliar with, right? The moose antlers are a great example of their wood is really fucking useful. But you are faced with an interesting option here, as there are a few feathers flitting around the room. You want to try to grab them?
Yes.
Go ahead and give me a survival check, please.
22.
You get 4 of these feathers.
Quick question. Did Flo open up the chest or the luggage that Odion was in?
Yeah, she smacked it open.
Heck of a leader you are. And the words kind of dance out of her mouth, and a little green kind of touches the tip of her fingertips. It's going to be healing word in your direction.
Aww.
It's more of a healing curse because she's mad at you.
Right. Immediately shoots up, takes out a hand axe, looks around, sees the chaos, and he starts looking around for where the other two are. Looks for his backpack.
Odion, would you do me a favor? As you sort of shoot up and begin to look around, go ahead and roll me a little insight check.
8.
This is your fault.
Oh, yeah. He already knows that.
Oh, no.
Taking a long rest. Always have a posted sentry. And with that, we are going to resolve Weevil. Because, my friend, you did everything right to set up this moment. I want to dial in on a sense memory of Weevil's in this moment. Because I think that this feeling of falling, you've never fallen this far for sure. But the feeling of the wind rushing through your hair, battering against your face, the coldness of the rain is something that evokes a memory for you.
A long time ago when Weevil was very young and the hags were still sort of new to having a human, there was a particularly bad storm. And maybe there was a magical element to it that Weevil was unaware of. Maybe there was some sort of battle happening. But Weevil has this very distinct memory of a particularly loud blast of lightning that sort of turned the night into day and tore part of the hag's home, their sort of hut, like the roof off of it. And the immediate flash of light and the gust of wind and cold was very disorienting in a way that Weevil didn't really even see what caused it, but it was such an extreme shock of not just discomfort, but like overstimulation and panic and something bad. And Weevil dove into the closet and closed it, and it was maybe the first time that Weevil really took to heart this feeling that the hags were sort of trying to instill on him, that for him the darkness can be a safe place. And I think as he flashes to that moment, as he's like sailing down, there is no place to hide, but he also knows that like he is older than he was then, and the darkness has not just become something that protects him, but something that he has started to be able to wield.
And I think that you feel your shadow just hold on as tight as it can. And you find yourself hurtling toward a boardwalk, one of the rare horizontal alleyways of Basin City that sort of wraps around a little shopping arcade. You are unwilling to slow this down until the last possible second. This roll that I'm about to ask for is not going to affect the outcome of your spell. That's just good. You've got that on lock. That's rules is written. Could you please make me a Constitution saving throw?
That is just a 10 plus 2, so 12.
If you had failed that roll, we were going to cut from what we saw, and you were not going to remember how this ended. But you stay focused. Something in you tells you that you need to see the consequences of this. That this, more than anything that you've experienced in Basin City so far, is the real life of an adventurer. And so as you let go, and I don't know if you like this visual, but I'm really picturing it as your shadow just, your moat turning into one of those army men parachutes, because that's very good for me. Mm-hmm. You have the map in hand. I think that this guy is just too scared to even process what's happening as you sort of slip it out of his hand. You see his body hit the wood, and you see splinters fly up and drive his associate away, who genuinely just peels off, right? Is just gone. And you see things that you're familiar with. Blood, bones, feathers. Stuff that is not upsetting to you. But it has a certain gravity when arranged in this violent configuration. And the angles at which this man's corpse crunches through one wooden floor and then into another building, into just the room of some kid, and then through the floor, and then through the roof, and then through the floor.
Oh, jeez.
That's gonna stay with you. But for the moment, you are safe as you come to rest on the boardwalk near that gaping hole.
As I land, I take out the map, and I see bits of, blood and dirt kind of on it. And in the rain, I start to, shakily take it out and start trying to, wipe some of that blood off the bottom. And very shakily, put it back in my haversack and start to make my way back up the city.
I'm gonna roll a little luck check. It's a 15. There's a cable car.
Great.
Okay. I will try to dart out of the rain to the next cable car, and I think the entire cable car ride, I am just sitting with my head in my hands, and I'm just trying to keep my hand from shaking, and just repeating, we still have the map. We can still do this. I'm going to be an adventurer. 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 I'm going to be an adventurer.
And I think you all take a few minutes. It's probably closer to an hour as Weevil, kind of takes the car back up the 100 feet or so and winds his way through the sort of causeways to get back into the hotel room. But he does arrive. And you all are left alone in this room.
Cal sits on the floor next to her warhammer, but directs her voice over to Odion. Is this the kind of adventure we signed up for?
There are obstacles, usually.
That's all you're going to tell me? Obstacles? More like Feather Boy here, or is it going to be something like a rock?
Yes, there will be rocks. Big birds that are large enough to eat you whole. There will be harpies who will try to snatch you up and drop you from the highest peak and shatter your bones and eat whatever is left. There will be lizards the size of mooses. There will be just bad people.
So you've killed bad people before?
I have. I'm pretty sure I've killed good people before.
Your answer kind of shocks Cal. She looks at you.
It all depends on what you're willing to go after, what you're willing to fight for. And somebody's going to want it more than you, and you have to prove that your life means more to you than whatever goal they're striving for themselves. So yeah, this is what you signed up for.
What he's saying, dear, is that everybody has a price, and your price was getting out of the mud for a couple of days. My price is a mansion on the hill.
I'm sorry, are you getting paid more than the rest of us or something?
I mean, take that up with our employer, I suppose, but...
Odion does the thing where you press your finger against your nose and blows, and you just see blood shoots out. And he looks like shit. He looks like he's got the shit beat out of him. He goes into what's left of his bag, takes out his coin purse, throws down 20 gold.
It shuts Cal up in an instant. Like, she's just to hand that over like it's nothing, just to be carrying that much casually in this. She shakes it off, though, pretty quickly, realizing that, yes, okay, you're clearly a different class. And right, well, I'll take that at least as a starting payment, as she quickly snatches up the 20 coins. It's not going to buy me a mansion, but...
If it'll bring me up to consciousness at least one more time, guess it's worth it.
Right. Going rate. Every time you go down 20 coins, she kind of offers this verbal contract now.
Oh. Interesting. What does Odion say?
He thinks to the system in which he has built his thought process and identity on. This is a person within the system. They are completing a task or a job. Not the most fair of trades, but he's made worse decisions today. Deal.
Weevil. Mm-hmm. Could I get an Arcana check from you?
Yeah, 24.
That verbal contract came from the earnest place that backs all contract magic. That contract is metaphysically binding.
Wait, does that mean if he doesn't pay me, then he dies?
He can't not pay you.
Oh, okay.
So, as everyone's talking, Weevil has a couple books out and has the map that we've been given sort of at the center of it, and he's just been looking in. When that happens, he just very subtly looks up, sort of adjusts his glasses, and just takes a little mental note of that just happening.
I didn't know Weevil wore glasses. I want to dial in on that.
He doesn't wear them most of the time, but the shadow will put them on.
Oh, yeah.
Just
We
for
have
his
seen that.
reading.
For sure.
Specifically,
He's got little
reading glasses.
Specifically
reading glasses. And very much not being present for any of the conversation that you guys have been having, he interrupts. Do we know what kind of elemental it is?
Just going to do more research on that the closer we got. Usually there's changes to the environment, something that speaks to you.
Okay. We need to be more prepared.
I think Odion kind of thinks back to... Did they give Odion a card?
They did. Well, they gave you a card for Old Scratch Insurance Partners, which is who had hired them. At least had hired them to shake down the Ironwater family.
Got it. And he'll just be twirling that in his hands.
You want to give me an insight check?
Sure. Or history?
History's fine.
History?
Yeah, sure. Gonna get different information, but still good.
Oh, I'll do insight. I'm happy with insight.
Okay.
10.
The Angels are not a super cohesive force, right? I think of them kind of like the Pinkertons in our world.
Gotcha.
They are a contract force that, you know, at the end of the day, they're largely freelance individuals working for the job at hand. So while somebody at the Angel Agency may at some point be interested to find out where Mick the Messenger went, they're not checking up on him regularly, right? They're not in constant communication. That's the first thing that you know on a 10. The second thing is that this is not the mud. And your read on these guys was that they were bullies doing scut work for an offshoot company, right? Old Scratch Insurance Partners being like not a big insurer. This job is out of their fucking step, right? Like,
this is like a big break even for them.
And they knew you. This was not like a surprise. As soon as they saw you, they realized that they had fucked the whole situation here and needed to escalate because they couldn't let you leave knowing that they were here. So something's up, right? This is not an insurance premium rundown. They wanted the map? Why the fuck did they want the map? How did they even know you had a map?
Odion's eyes kind of light up for a sec. Yes, we need to prepare a little bit more. I have a feeling that it might be more than just an elemental. Weevil, is it?
Yeah.
If someone was willing to break into this establishment, once figuring out that an Osprey was the one holding such an item and still willing to end whoever was in the vicinity, this whatever's here is definitely worth more than Ramshackle may possibly even know.
When you say that, my eyes light up, and whatever sort of trauma tension I was holding is almost childishly pushed aside for a second. Are you saying this is like a real adventure? In the stories, it's always they start on some path and they end up having to deal with some massive thing that's much bigger than where they start. If that's what's happening, we really need to prepare then, because in all the best stories, everybody works together like a team. Oh, this is gonna be great. And almost like as he is talking and getting excited, the shadows around him get a little bit darker, and his second shadow, in almost like a macabre style mimicry, starts to sort of gesticulate like he does, but for whatever reason when the shadow does it, it's doing much more of like an ominous villain speech shape, as opposed to Weevil, who's sort of like standing up, like pretending to sword fight as he's getting excited that we are actually on a real adventure.
Okay, Short Stack, calm down.
Sorry, I didn't expect our first quest to be one of such import.
And neither did I. And she's going to look at Odion. I thought this was a nice, easy job that was going to get me back home in a couple of weeks. Not some epic quest for the Grail.
You don't have to go.
Yeah. You can see her. She's just like, finger up. She knows. He's right. She's like, she doesn't have to, but where else is she gonna go? She can't go fucking home. So she's like, zip it. This has been the worst night of my life, and I've had some terrible one-night stands. I just want to sleep. Please.
Okay, well, I'm gonna stay up a little bit because there's some stuff I need to do before bed, but I'll try to leave you alone and not make too much noise. And then I'm going to look around, again, try to do this without bothering Flo, and see if there's any remains from the angel that was up here that was killed, if the feathers are around.
You see a couple of feathers sticking out of Cal's pockets.
And probably some stuffed under her pillow now, too.
I'm going to walk over to Cal and poke her a little bit on the shoulder. Excuse me?
Yeah?
Could I have some of those?
She'll kind of sit up. What are you talking about?
Those are from the Celestials, right? Those feathers?
Well, it's from that jackass, yeah.
Yeah, could I have a couple?
You gonna pay for them?
I don't have any money.
You got something to trade then?
Yeah. And I reach into my haversack, and I pull out a small leather satchel that's tied really tight, and I open it up, and I just pour out some jackal teeth. I got like do you want some of these?
You know what? You keep those. I kind of owe you anyway. You were helping me out a bit. That was pretty cool how you made those duplicates of me.
Thanks. Yeah, my granny's taught me a lot about magic, and as I'm talking and sort of describing a little bit of my understanding of magic, I am going to use my monster scavenger feature.
Yeah, you want to tell us about this?
Because I was trained not in traditional ways, but by a coven of witches, I am proficient at scavenging monster parts and using them to make one-time use, sort of rough around the edges magic items. And I'm gonna take out some books, and sort of as I'm looking through the books, I'm gonna take the feathers, put them in this little stone mason jar, and start mashing them up and mixing them with other things.
Weevil, you make 2 uses of a drug called Halo. A highly desirable drug made from treated angel feathers ground into dust. Is an action, imbibe and heal 2d8 plus 4 hit points.
Ooh, that's pretty cool.
And I think with that, you guys get your long rest. And we're going to dial in our last few moments here on a dream. Flo.
Hello.
You wake up in a place inconceivable to you. You are on the ground, and it is dry. It is dusty, so thick that it practically chokes you as you wake up.
Just gonna sit up, squinting through, was it like a sandstorm?
Not a storm.
Something?
Just
Just
rising
dusty as fuck.
heat off of this road.
A road?
Packed earth, hoof prints, cartwheels.
Where am I? Odion? Weevil? Cal?
I don't think you're gonna find them here.
She snaps her head to the voice.
You turn around and you don't see anyone.
She scrambles up and just high alert, looking around. Who is that?
Never you mind, child. It is not important who I am. What is important is who you are.
Don't you know who I am?
Oh, I do now. I just became aware of your existence today, as a matter of fact.
Well, I'm glad you know now. Sorry you didn't have the opportunity to know before. You've missed out on a few good years.
I'm sure I have. Now, I just wanted to check in on you. See how you were doing. There's going to come a time for us to have a conversation, but I don't believe that is yet.
I'm sorry, but if you know who I am, then you'd know that we would have a conversation on my terms, not yours.
Absolutely. When the time is right. There are very many things outside of your control. Fewer outside of mine, but still some.
Are you going to tell me where I am, then, maybe? I don't really want to be in silk pajamas out in the desert.
No, I don't think I will. And the reason why I won't is that, well, let's just say I was hoping you were going to have a little something on you. Doesn't seem that you do. And I'm not entirely sure if that's because you don't have it after all, or if it's because you somehow managed to leave it back home.
Listen, if you're going to keep talking really vaguely, I can't really help you.
That is all right, kid. I did not expect you to help me. I expected you to be stubborn, and I expected you to be conniving, and I expected you to have a damn mouth.
She's just like, hair like tucked behind her ear, like, you do know me after all.
Well, I suppose I would, wouldn't I? Granddaughter.
next time on Unbalanced Encounters.
Y'all, we spent the whole fucking episode trying to sell Flo shit. I swear to God, I haggled with her for a good hour on my actual real life was spent haggling with my wife about her fictitious 80 suitcases. It was nonsense. She ended up getting almost nothing for it in the end and talked to like 8 people. We met Gary, her fucking plug, who is like a Medusa person. We met Gertrude, Weevil's childhood friend from the first episode, who is an undead satyr witch of the bazaar, and they gave us some good information. Probably, they won't figure out how to use it. And Weevil got really sad once and a half, and Odion did some pushing, some shoving, and some cajoling, all of which is pretty much exactly in character for what is effectively an army brat. And then a bomb went off. The Misfortunate Four is an Unbalanced Encounters production. This episode's showrunner and GM was me, Patrick Perini. Cal of Ironwater was played by Caustic Phoenix. Arianna Floridia Osprey II was played by Emily Graymore. Odion Osprey-Heronshaw was played by Craig Pate. Weevil Woebringer was played by Cinderblock Sally. And mid-roll announcer Ferrin Whel was voiced by Cleo Birch. This episode was produced by Sabrina Ortiz. Its Lorekeeper was Nick Plaisance. Scripted segments by Patrick Perini and Colin Epstein. Game design consultation by Mason Allen. And original music by Sayer Roberts. NPC Montaigne Devue was named by patron Nova D. For the rest of the Misfortunate Four and other delightful shows, visit unbalancedencounters.com or search for Unbalanced Encounters wherever pods are casted. Okay, we love you, bye!